Obedience to authority is a complex topic explored in this video book by Stanley Milgram, compiled by Ali Haider. It examines how individuals respond to commands from those in positions of power, even when they conflict with personal values. This narrative framework offers insights into the nuances of human behavior under hierarchical structures. Obedience to authority has led to some of the most heinous crimes in human history. We must reflect on how we unquestioningly obeyed figures of authority in the past. Blindly following orders can have disastrous consequences. Let's explore the mechanisms that make us susceptible to becoming complicit in atrocities, and find ways to cultivate moral courage in the face of unethical demands. The horrors of the Nazi regime shocked the author to discover how people obey authority, even when it means harming others. Stanley Milgram's experiments found people would inflict severe harm when ordered, highlighting the troubling ease with which we can lose our moral compass under authority's sway. This unsettling lesson cautions us to stay vigilant against abuses of power, no matter the circumstance. The results of the experiment were shocking. Even when the learner begged to be released, the experimenter insisted the teacher continue shocking them. Over 50% complied, administering the highest possible shock level despite the learner's agonized screams. This obedience to authority, even when it causes severe harm, is a troubling finding that raises important ethical questions. People who obey orders don't feel responsible for their actions. Experiments show subjects shift responsibility to the experimenter, allowing the agent of authority to act through them. This reveals how we're groomed to follow authority figures, even when their commands go against our morals. We must be vigilant and think critically to avoid blindly obeying harmful directives. The agentic state is dangerous and must be avoided. When individuals blindly obey a perceived authority, atrocities can occur, as seen with the Nazi soldiers. However, does the same still hold when the commands don't come from an authoritative superior? Milgram's experiments revealed that many subjects were appalled by the cruelty when commanded by a non-authority figure, suggesting obedience is not solely tied to perceived status. The subjects tried to lessen the shocks and help the learner, yet didn't dare to disobey the authority. The experimenter acted for scientific knowledge, not natural cruelty. The subjects avoided escalating the voltage when unsupervised, showing they could disobey if given the chance. Blink number 7. The further the subjects were removed from the process of shocking, the more obedient they became. The degree of authority the subjects ascribed to the experimenters was a key factor in their willingness to obey commands. This proximity experiment showed that obedience increased when the learner's suffering was more direct, demonstrating the complex psychological dynamics at play. Breaking free from authority's demands is extremely difficult. Yet that's what makes heroes. Subjects faced immense emotional and intellectual strain, experiencing stress and dissonance. They didn't want to harm others, but the higher the shock level, the more their relationship with themselves and the experimenter suffered. Ultimately, this dissonance became too much, and they decided to disobey authority's commands, an act of remarkable courage. Some heroes defiantly rebelled against the Nazis, hiding entire families in their basements for months or working to overthrow the Third Reich. Their disobedience to authority was courageous. Yet morality and ethics are what define these heroes, not blindly following orders. We must all aspire to their moral fortitude despite inhumane commands. Most people blindly obey the commands of perceived authority, even if it means hurting someone else. Disobedience takes enormous effort, but that doesn't mean we're doomed to follow the herd. We all have the potential to be heroes. Got feedback? We'd love to hear your thoughts on our content.